Right, my name's Pat Layzell. I'm the founder trustee of Children's Discovery Centre, which I set up 23 years ago. Originally, our work was based in the Wandsworth area with Wandsworth schools, and we then realised we were getting parents asking us, apart from an authoring school, where can we get good books for the children to read? There was only places like W.H. Smith, and they didn't find them particularly helpful in helping their children the sort of books they should be reading. So we set up this sort of children's book centre and put on activities at the centre. And we then realised that even what we thought as basic things of reading stories to children, we had young mothers that hadn't been read stories to when they were children, and they were completely lost. So we started up doing what we called baby time, which is where mothers and babies came in and listened to stories, and it very, very successful. And now that's been going over 20 years. It's still going on, and we're talking about 25 children a session, and we do it 4 times a week, which we've done all these years, and still they come. And you've got these very young mothers with babies who enjoy the stories as much as what the children do. And really, they were our first trustees that we said, well, if you're enjoying this, and we're putting on all these activities for your children, but we need to have some trustees to help us raise money. And it was very basic in so much that we were asking the trustees to get us things like paint to paint the room, cushions for the children to sit on, and that's what those trustees did. And then we extended our activities to older children for drama clubs, reading and writing groups in the summer holidays, and that was interesting because we found not only did the children come along, but we had parents who admitted they couldn't read and write themselves. We'd say, go to your local schools, evening classes. No, they wanted to work alongside their children. So we realised that there was a whole community here that needed help, and they were our trustees, and older parents, and we even got grandparents involved, anyone who was looking after their child, childminders came. So they were the sort of early trustees doing very practical things. But then, of course, as we raised more money and did more things, and became as we are now all over the country, we needed trustees on a broader level, not just a local level of local interests. And that really changed the trustees, to my mind, completely different. We now have young, bright trustees, career-minded people who are interested in the work we do. They see our work on the web. They see it from the schools that their children attend. But their attitude, of course, is quite different, and they're seeing it on not on such a personal level as the early trustees. I think that's the main difference. In the early days, it was really direct contact with the people that came into the centre. So that was much more straightforward. But then when we was beginning to go nationwide, we realised that we had to have a much broader. And then, of course, we advertised in a completely different way. And of course, then people that came along were interested in education overall, as seeing that this was something that they were interested in, rather than a local community thing. Changed completely. We also want trustees for raising money, and that's a different sort of trustee altogether, isn't it? Yes, completely different. So you do need what I call the business world. You do need to have a mixture of people as trustees from that side of it, to sort of see it from all angles. So yes, as I say, I think you have to feel strongly about it in the first instance, and children and the welfare of children is my main concern, and I'd like to think things have got better, but I can't honestly say in this field, in education, they have.